What's good, Eagles fans? This is your boy, DeShields II, and y'all are tuned into y'all dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. You guys, the Philadelphia Eagles were able to defeat the New Orleans Saints. Who would have thought? But let's talk about the obvious story. Jalen Hurts came to play. Jalen Hurts, in his first NFL start, he balled in my opinion. The dude was simply spectacular. You really can't ignore it. You can't overlook it. And honestly, it doesn't really help Carson Wentz's case at all. As a matter of fact, it supports the notion that Doug Peterson wasn't necessarily the problem. But we still saw flashes in the game where Doug Peterson had boneheaded moments and the play calling fell flat at certain times. But whenever things were going, Jalen Hurts made sure we finished the job. And I got to admit, Jalen Hurts came out and he had this very, very, very solid performance for his first NFL start. And he's a rookie at the end of the day. So we got to give him his respect. My man went 17 for 30, 167 yards thrown, and 1 touchdown thrown. On top of that, he ran the ball 18 times for 106 yards, averaging almost 6 yards a carry. The dude really came and just added an entire new dynamic, an entirely new element to our offense that we were lacking all season. Again, we all know Carson Wentz was struggling from the very beginning. Carson Wentz, he wasn't really making the simple things look simple. He made them look rather complicated. And on top of that, the coaching staff didn't really help his case. The coaching staff didn't really put him in the best positions to be successful and to succeed. So that translated to his game, that translated into the momentum or lack thereof, and we weren't able to close out games. There were plenty of games that we were in. There were plenty of games that everything seemed like we had a chance in most of our games. And then either defense couldn't close the job or, offense, couldn't put points on the board. It just happened time and time again. It was also games where defense was lights out and the offense just couldn't put points on the board at all. And that's been a constant problem for us. A problem we've had has just been finishing games. And whenever we come up against opponents that we actually had a strong chance of beating, we never even had a real chance. We always took ourselves out of the game with penalties or turnovers in our own side of the field. It was just so many things that culminated into a bad season, that culminated into a bad 3-8-1 record. But then Jalen Hurts gets subbed in, and all of a sudden, this offense looks like it's capable of a lot of different things. Miles Sanders has over 100 yards, 14 attempts, averaging 8 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns. His best performance of the season. Jalen Reagor had a decent game as well. He had a carry for 19 yards as well. He had 2 catches for 46 yards. He had a really big catch for 39 yards as well. On top of that, Alshon Jeffrey came out of the woodworks. Who would have thought? But again, I still don't believe he should be starting above Travis Fulgham. He's stealing snaps from Travis Fulgham. It's obvious when you think about the snap counts for the wide receivers. Greg Ward had the most snap counts. He had 51. Greg Ward had 51 snaps. Jalen Reagor had 47 snaps. Alshon Jeffrey had 31 snaps. Quez Watkins had 22 snaps, surprisingly. And Travis Fulgham had 11 snaps. Now, John Hightower was not activated, yet J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was. And J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had no snaps. So what was the point of having him activated? What was the point of even having him on the field? Was it for blocking purposes? And that's the only thing I could possibly think of. But again, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had 0 snaps. So again, what was his purpose? He was there for no reason. He took up a roster spot where you could have had John Hightower being extremely effective. And again, I don't believe Alshon Jeffrey should be taking snaps from Travis Fulgham. I know Alshon Jeffrey had this flash and he scored a touchdown, but we all know who Alshon Jeffrey really is. And on top of that, Alshon Jeffrey doesn't really have the best relationship with Carson Wentz. So it's no surprise that he wanted the ball out for the kid and Jalen Hurts. So I'm very grateful for the performance we got, out of Alshon Jeffrey in this moment. But again, I think we need to move on from him still. I think we need to double down on Travis Fulgham. I think he's a younger version of Alshon Jeffrey and can do all the same things. So, but again, I got to give Jalen Hurts his respect. The dude really came out and had an amazing performance for his first start. And on top of that, he did it against the #1 defense in the NFL. That's no fluke to me. That's no fluke. Statistics show that the Saints defense, the New Orleans Saints defense, actually plays better. They step their game up when Drew Brees is out of the game. The stats show it. You can look it up. The New Orleans defense steps their game up when Drew Brees is out of the game. As a matter of fact, they've been 8-0 without Drew Brees, with Taysom Hill coming in, or whoever has been coming in. You know, with Teddy Bridgewater when he came in last year and did what he did. You know, so it's very plausible to say that Jalen Hurts took out this Saints defense at their very best. You follow me? And on top of that, their offense is still very dynamic. Taysom Hill being able to do so many things with the ball, running, throwing. You got Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas on that offense. You know, they have a very, very good offensive line. You know, they still have Latavius Murray running the ball. You know, they have Jared Cook at tight end. Emmanuel Sanders at wide receiver also. That's a very, very valuable and respectable offense, a very dynamic offense. And we still managed to shut them out in the first half. Defense came out and did their thing. The defensive line was the story of the game. Josh Sweat, Javon Hargrave just balling out. Come on, man. And to make it even more interesting, Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat only had 25 snaps. And on 25 snaps, he put up 2 sacks, a forced fumble. He was just so aggressive. He was so impactful in his performance. And he really shifted the game for us when we had a lot of injuries going down with our defensive backs. We lost Rodney McLeod, Darius Slay, Marcus Epps, all in the same play. I don't know how that happened. You know, we lost like Avonte Maddox as well. I don't know how we lose all those guys within 2 plays of each other. It makes no sense to me. But we managed to survive. The defense came through. The D-line held it. The defense showed out. The defensive line showed out immensely. And that really was the nail in the coffin, even when we had that boneheaded fumble in the end of the game. But nonetheless, Jalen Hurts came out and played an amazing game. I want to give that man his respect. He's young. He's sparky. He brings a dynamic to the offense that Carson Wentz was unable to bring in quite some time. Let's just be honest. Carson Wentz slowly but surely has regressed. But I don't put that solely on him. I put that also on the coaching staff for not putting him in the best position to succeed time and time again. Now, last season, those Final Four games, Carson Wentz did come through for us. I will admit, he did the most with less. He threw for over 4,000 yards with no receiver totaling over 500 yards. So he showed that he was capable of airing it out. But still, there were times where our offense just looked stagnant. It seemed like we didn't have too many dimensions to our game. And the play calling each and every year has regressed as well. So the coaching staff has failed Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz has also failed Carson Wentz as well. You know, he hasn't been the same guy since that injury, and let's just call it what it is. But then we inject this young quarterback hailing from Alabama and transitioning to Oklahoma, the runner-up for the Heisman and winning a championship with Alabama. The dude has pedigree. He's battle-tested. He's been through a lot just from an early age during his college days. And we have to give him his respect. We have to give him his flowers. And he showed out again against the #1 defense in the NFL and the New Orleans Saints. And that deserves its respect and that deserves its praise. On that note, I'm going to end it here, you guys. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and y'all was tuned into y'all dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. On top of that, make sure y'all get y'all Chalk It Up merch as well. Look at this, you guys. I know y'all like what y'all see, man. We got this hoodie in different colors as well. Make sure y'all cop up on y'all Chalk It Up merch. Again, we got hoodies, different styles as well. We got t-shirts, different styles, different colors. On top of that, we got face masks. We got neck gaiters in different colors and different styles. On top of that, we even have phone cases for iPhones, and we got the phone cases coming for the Android, so I didn't forget y'all. So, again, I'm so grateful for you guys locking in. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content from your boy, Tone DeShields II. And if you've been loyal to the soil, you already know where my heart is. Again, y'all was tuned in to Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game, y'all. One love, y'all. Fly Eagles fly.